Hey Steno peeps, Jen here. I realize we have not done as much Q&A dictation, so I'm going to be adding more of those into the mix. This is going to be based around a car accident case. I will be speaking in a low voice for the attorney and a high voice for the witness. Be sure to set your speed controller to your desired speed and let's get started. Ready? Begin.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Sarah Johnson.
Miss Johnson, where were you on the evening of June 12th?
I was driving home from work.
What route were you taking?
I was taking Main Street heading east.
Can you describe the traffic conditions at that time?
It was pretty heavy. There was a lot of stop-and-go traffic.
At approximately what time did the accident occur?
It was around 5:30 p.m.
Where exactly did the accident happen?
It happened at the intersection of Main Street and Elm Street.
Can you describe what you saw leading up to the accident?
I was approaching the intersection when I saw a red sedan driven by the defendant speed through the yellow light. A blue SUV driven by the plaintiff was making a left turn onto Elm Street.
What happened next?
The red sedan ran the red light and collided with the blue SUV in the middle of the intersection.
How fast would you estimate the red sedan was going?
It looked like it was going at least 45 miles per hour.
Did you see any traffic signals at the intersection?
Yes, I saw the traffic lights.
What color was the light for the red sedan when it entered the intersection?
It had already turned red.
And what color was the light for the blue SUV?
It was green when the SUV started to turn.
Did you notice any other vehicles involved in the accident?
No, just the red sedan and the blue SUV.
Were there any pedestrians nearby at that time?
Yes, there were a few pedestrians waiting to cross the street.
Did the defendant make any attempt to stop before the collision?
No, it didn't look like it. The red sedan went straight through without braking.
What happened after the collision?
The blue SUV spun around and hit a traffic pole. The red sedan came to a stop a few feet away.
Did you call the police?
Yes, I called 911 immediately after the accident.
How long did it take for the police to arrive?
They arrived about 5 minutes later.
Did you speak to the police officers?
Yes, I gave a statement to one of the officers.
Were there any injuries that you observed?
Yes, the driver of the blue SUV seemed to be hurt. He was holding his arm and looked like he was in pain.
Did you see anyone else injured?
The driver of the sedan appeared shaken, but didn't seem to have any visible injuries.
Were there any passengers in either vehicle?
No, both drivers were alone.
How close were you to the intersection when the accident occurred?
I was about 2 cars back from the intersection.
Could you hear anything when the collision happened?
Yes, I heard a loud crash and the sound of screeching tires.
Did you see either driver use their phone before the accident?
I didn't see the blue SUV driver on his phone, but I did notice the red sedan driver looking down at something just before the accident.
Could you see what the defendant was looking at?
It looked like he was looking at his phone.
How would you describe the weather conditions at the time of the accident?
It was clear and sunny. There were no visibility issues.
Were the roads wet or dry?
The roads were dry.
Did you notice if either vehicle had their headlights on?
I don't recall seeing headlights on either vehicle.
Did you see any skid marks on the road after the accident?
Yes, there were skid marks from the blue SUV.
Did you notice any mechanical issues with either vehicle before the accident?
No, both vehicles seem to be in good condition.
Have you ever seen either of the drivers before?
No, I haven't.
Were you able to observe the behavior of the drivers immediately after the collision?
Yes, the driver of the blue SUV was in his vehicle, clearly in pain. The driver of the red sedan got out and was pacing around, looking very agitated.
Did you hear any conversations between the drivers?
No, I didn't hear them speak to each other.
Were there any other witnesses that you noticed?
Yes, a few other drivers stopped and some pedestrians came over to see what had happened.
Did you provide your contact information to the police?
Yes, I gave them my phone number.
Is there anything else you remember that could be relevant to this case?
I think I've mentioned everything I saw. The red sedan definitely ran the red light and caused the accident.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. No further questions.
Okay, that's a wrap on the Q&A for today. Be sure to be going back to these dictations and reading your notes. It's so important that you do your read back. And even if you feel like taking some time to edit what you've written, that's always an extra bonus so you can be practicing your editing skills as well. So be sure to like this video, keep practicing, and I'll see you on the next dictation.